So now we're going to talk through what events you can choose from. I'm going to go through this list that you see right here on your sheet. And I would like you guys, just like in the instructions, to choose 5 of these events that you will pretend to be an eyewitness to. So you can be Rosa Parks and see the events that she's involved in through the bus ride, her arrest, the Montgomery bus boycotts that resulted from her arrest. You could be an eyewitness to the Greensboro 4 sit-ins, to the Wilmington 10. And again, some of these events you've never heard of. And so I do want to encourage you guys to choose ones that you might not know a lot about, that you could explore and learn more and really kind of build your intelligence level in this. Because if you feel like you know a lot about the Rosa Parks events, yes, that would be easy to do, but you're really not expanding your knowledge base. So I'd like you guys to choose 5 of these that you would like to know more about, and you don't previously have all this content knowledge. So Wilmington 10, Little Rock 9, Emmett Till, all the way through the early accusations, the deaths, the trials. There has actually been tons of updates and articles that have been published on Emmett Till in the last year for people reopening his case. The Freedom Rides through CORE, Brown versus Board of Education, the March on Washington, Selma voting rights, the Black Panther Party, the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson and him passing the Civil Rights Act in 1964 after the passing of John F. Kennedy, the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., and then I put one down here that says other, because there may be an event that happened in the civil rights movement that you want to learn more about that is not on this list, and I really want to encourage you to go ahead and write it in there and then get it approved by me to ensure that it is in the vicinity of what I want from you guys to be doing. So you're going to choose 5 of these. And then the way that you're going to work on this is you're going to decide what perspective you are being an eyewitness from. So you need to decide age, gender, race, and occupation. So for example, let's say that you choose to do Freedom Rides right here, okay? You're an eyewitness to the Freedom Rides. Now you guys know the basis of the Freedom Rides. You learned about that in the Civil Rights Guide. But let's take on the perspective of a teenager who happens to be at one of the bus stops in the South when the Freedom Riders come through town, and what ends up happening. You know, what gender is this teenager going to be? What race is this person going to be? Because that's going to determine how they view the event. And then what is this person doing? Is this person a high school student? Is it a college student? Do they not go to school? So you need to decide that. So for example, you could be a 21-year-old African-American female college student for any of these, and you are eyewitness to these events, and you can change your perspective with each event. It doesn't need to be the same perspective. Okay, so moving on, you are going to submit your final project through Google Classroom. And it'll be viewable by both your classmates and by me, and I will give you information on how to access and submit via Google Classroom. So essentially, you are going to be receiving these instruction sheets, how to join my Google Classroom through a laptop. You are not going to turn anything in by paper. All of it's going to be submitted electronically to keep you guys practicing for high school, because I think the high school will have you using Google Classroom a lot. These instructions are on my website. You get hard copies in my class. You can do that today or tomorrow in the Media Center. But essentially, you're going to follow through these instructions and making sure that you are joining my Google Classroom. And notice it says through a laptop, because you could also have the option to join through an app on your phone. You can download Google Classroom app on your phone and join through there. You probably will not be able to work on your project through there, but you could join my Google Classroom through there if you would like to. Again, these are on my website and in my class, so you will have time to join these, okay? All right, going back to the project instructions, here is the timeline for the project. Today is Tuesday, April 18th. You're going to be introduced to the project and begin the lessons in my class for it. So you can you choose your 5 events and their perspectives, and then you're going to begin researching. Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday are project work days in the Media Center, and peer reviews will begin on Friday. You'll have the weekend to work through this, and then this project will be due through Google Classroom at the end of the class period on Monday, April 24th. All of these days will be, again, work time in the Media Center. I've provided you enough time in class to get through a lot, but you may have to do some things outside of my classroom. Remember, we talked about responsibility and the importance of responsibility, how you're going to be in the high school very soon. So I do expect you guys to be making sure that you're taking care of what you need to at home, that if you fall behind in class, you say, okay, you know what, I need to work on this a little bit at home. I need to get through X, Y, Z tonight in order to move on for the next day. There is a rubric for this project. This is what it looks like. You'll notice that there are the requirements in the middle, and then on the left-hand side, you are going to score yourself and submit it to me in Google Classroom before I actually score you on the right-hand side. So overall project, I've completed all required components of my project. So did you do everything that I asked you to do? And that's really important, to be honest with you, because a lot of students, they don't look at the rubric, they don't have it out in front of them while they're working through it. So a big part of your grade is just saying like, yeah, you've completed everything I've asked you to do, that your project is in 12-point font. Georgia is preferred. You guys know that's our signature font, but I want anything that looks professional, and I want it to be 12-point font. The appearance of my project is neat and appealing to the viewer, and I've used correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation throughout. I'll allow you one mistake to keep a 4, and then after that you go down to a 3. When creating your events, you are actually going to be doing it through either my template or you are going to do it on your own. Here's an example of my template that you can use for each event. So if you have 5 events, you would use this template 5 times. You don't have to use this template, but this is what a lot of people choose to do. You can use this template through Google, or it'll be uploaded to my website. So this is it. You write eyewitness to, so let's say you were eyewitness to freedom riders. You would write that in here. And here you would include a picture of what you witnessed in the frame. So you would either get a Google picture or you would draw it. Right here it says image obtained from. You're going to go ahead and write your source. So if you did it yourself, you're going to write you for the source. If it's not you and you got it off of Google, off of a website, you need to make sure that you are including the name of that website or the person that took the picture if it's included. 2 to 3 sentence description of the image should go right here. 2 to 3 sentences, make sure that you're using correct grammar and punctuation and spelling. You are describing the image that is up here. The chosen perspective you write in here, and the reason why is I need to know who you are writing from. So what is your perspective, so I can understand what you are writing and why you are writing it, because it's going to really change what you're writing. And then you are going to write your account of the event. So who, what, when, where, why, and how. What did you taste? What did you smell? What did you see? What did you hear? What are some of the things that happened during this event? So you would research the event, and then you would rewrite it from the perspective that you chose as if you were an eyewitness, okay? And then your reaction to the event. How did you react to it, okay? So this is a template that you would do 5 times for 5 different events, or you could create your own template. Again, this is on my website or on Google Classroom. If you choose to do it through Google Classroom, I do have instructions on how to use a template on Google Docs. This is it right here. So if you want to completely do it through Google Classroom and not download it from my website, you are more than welcome to do that. And these are the instructions on how to do it. You would go to my website to find these directions. I also have hard copies of them. Okay. Okay. So back to the rubric. My selected images are accurate representation of my selected events. So make sure that your images are of the events. You've included the sources. You have a 2 to 3 sentence summary describing the images and how they connect to my selected events. I've included the next part are the eyewitness accounts. I've included events from the provided list. I've included the date, time, and location of each event. I've included strong details of what I witnessed, and each eyewitness account is a minimum of 10 well-written sentences. And then for actions and reactions, I've included the actions and reactions I would have taken after being an eyewitness to each account or each event. I've included realistic details of my actions and reactions. So, did you join the organization? Did you take part in the marches? Did you give a speech? Did you walk away? What did you do? I've included my reasoning behind my actions and reactions, so why you did what you did or why you didn't do it. And then each action reaction is a minimum of 4 well-written sentences. Okay? So that is the rubric. And I think that is about it in going through this. So you can replay this video to watch it again. You can ask questions of me. You can do whatever you need to understand this project. We are going to go ahead and get started on research, choosing our events, choosing our perspectives, but it is really important that you guys are following directions on this project and really truly trying to understand how this project works, what I expect of you. We'll be going through it each day. So, all right, guys, good luck.